Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I am so glad you're here today. First and foremost, I want to thank my subscribers for being here. I want to just let you know that I appreciate your support and your kindness toward me. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, I hope that you will. I hope that you glean something from my YouTube channel and that it helps you. Maybe not every topic is something that you need at this time. There may be something down the road that you might want to take a look at. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. Leave a comment down below. It helps with the YouTube channel, and so it can reach a more broader span of an audience, and I certainly would appreciate it. So thank you very much for being here. Today's topic, I want to talk about a note that I got from a young lady who asked me to talk in regards to this topic. So I'm going to read you what she sent to me. She says, "Hey, Miss Deb, going through a lot tonight, but I think a great video idea, if you don't mind me throwing one your way, is speaking to those of us women who are so scared of loving again because of our past. But when we do and let our guard down, we get let down. For some reason, or for some of us, it destroys all hope. And for some of us, like myself, we view it as love didn't hurt us. Someone who didn't know how to love hurt us." And you know, guys and girls both can experience this situation. But I'm going to speak to the ladies tonight or today and give my thoughts, ideas, and suggestions in regards to this. I wrote down some notes because I didn't want to leave anything out, and it helps me to not miss anything. So the first thing I wrote down is you have to take care of any negative feelings, any resentment or hate, any extra baggage that you have from a previous relationship before you begin another. I'm going to stop right there. If you have a person that you've just recently come in contact with, but you have come out of a hard relationship previously, if you have anything that has to do with that previous relationship and you take it into the next relationship, it's going to be kind of hard for you to give your new relationship a fair chance, simply because you're holding on to resentment, you're holding on to negative feelings and baggage that come from the previous relationship. And it's not going to be a win-win in this relationship that you're having with this person. So it's really not fair. Even if the new person that you're seeing now, they may not act maybe kind of like you'd like for them to act. However, if you're comparing them to a previous relationship, don't do that. You can't compare relationships one with another. Now, there may be some traits that you may see that are similar. However, every relationship, every person is unique in their own way. And so you have to give that person time and yourself time in the new relationship and not bring anything into your relationship from an old relationship. It just won't be a win-win situation. And a lot of people say, well, you're just like the last guy I was with. See, to me, there you have taken on a preconceived idea into this relationship that it's not going to benefit you, simply because if they do something similar to what the last relationship was. And so the best thing to do is take care of those feelings, work through them, however long it takes you to work through those feelings from a previous relationship. Don't get into a new relationship until you take care of what you need to take care of from the relationship you just come out of, however long it takes. And sometimes we have to do a lot of talking to ourselves, and that can take a long, long time. I also wrote down, I said, any preconceived ideas on what the next relationship should be or look like, that's exactly right. Have no expectations to begin with. Go into the new relationship with no expectations. Just start brand new and forget about the other person or persons, however many you have in your mind and you have put them in a box. Forget about them in each and new relationship, because you're doing yourself and the other person a disservice in trying to develop a relationship with a new person. So have no expectations to begin with. Not until you have had sufficient time, here I go, to get to know, understand, and mutual feelings for each other. And these has to be tested. Sometimes you'll know this right off the bat, and sometimes it'll take time, because it takes a while for a relationship to mature. And that's really what all the dating process is all about, is trying to get to know somebody, not to go in with a relationship with preconceived idea. Well, I know this because this happened to this, and I know how this goes because that happened to that, and I know how this will go because that's what happened to me with so and so. No. Mm-mm. It won't work for you. It will not work for you if you go into it with preconceived ideas. Have no expectation. Just treat this new relationship just like a baby. And just like you know nothing about them, they know nothing about you. Go into it like ABC, 1, 2, 3, very elementary, and then build on each thing that you build on as you have communication with that individual. Your likes and dislikes, their likes and dislikes. And that's all a part of dating. That's all part of getting to know an individual. Don't go into something where you just automatically jump into something and you start having some kind of feelings in a relationship. No. I would not suggest that. Saying you can't go forward, right, looking in the rearview mirror. That's a saying I always say. You can't go forward when you're looking in the rearview mirror. If you're trying to go forward in a new relationship, stop looking at the one you just had, and you can go forward. And don't do no comparison. Treat everyone individually, brand new. I wrote down here, I said, you can't have any future relationships and past relationships. That's why you do the work, you do the homework, and you begin each new relationship free. Okay, enough about that. Each relationship should have its own spring. We have a spring, summer, winter, a fall, and winter. And so when I mean each relationship should have its own spring, what I'm saying is that it's a new beginning. The old is dead. The winter, everything has died. We know just by nature, the sap goes down in the trees. They lose their leaves. The sap goes down. They become bare. But when springtime comes along, the sap starts coming up. The tree goes out into the branches. The leaves start blooming again. And the tree starts having its leaves and blooming again. Yeah, each relationship should have its own spring. Don't go from a dead relationship that you just got out of with the mindset of a dead relationship mindset. Don't go into a new relationship with a winter mindset when you just come out of something that was disastrous. You have to change your mindset. You have to change your thinking. As a matter of fact, get your thinking up. Just like the sap goes up a tree in the springtime, get your thinking up in this new relationship. Let our guard down means that you are still internalizing the past relationship and you bring it into the new relationship. That's right, because you're sitting here just like this, or you're going just like this. Nope, can't come no farther than this. I'm not going to, this is it. This is where it's going to be. And you know what? That could be okay in the beginning, to where you can kind of get more comfortable with the person. I'm not saying that you should or should not do that because each relationship is different. I have a tendency to have a personality like that, and you may be a type person that has that personality. Okay, thank you very much. Nice to meet you. You shake their hand. I'm so-and-so. My name's so-and-so. And you have the talk, and you get to know each other a little bit, And then as you begin to see each other more and more, then, of course, you kind of get more at ease with each other. And so that's what I'm talking about. And not only that, as far as letting your guard down and bring it, and then you have, you're still internalizing the past. You haven't done your due diligence. You haven't done your homework. And sometimes that takes a long, long time for a past relationship that says, yes, what's your definition of love? Because your definition of love, like she said to me, as far as, we view it as love didn't hurt us. Well, what? Sometimes someone who didn't know how to love hurt you. Well, love should come, to me, love should come way, way down the road. You shouldn't have love feelings in a relationship, in a brand new relationship. I don't want to really give it a time frame, but that takes development and time. So, I asked the question that Tina Turner sung a song to. The name of it is "What's Love Got to Do with It?" In the beginning. And you know what? Your spring, the beginning, may be a year. It may be a couple of years. Who knows? There's no set time on that. But you really need to work on that. And you know what? Your definition of love and their definition of love may be worlds apart. It may be a year apart. It may be two. So it's best not to be that vulnerable, especially with yourself, when you have just met someone. And you have to really give people a chance. And sometimes that chance takes a while. So, maturity plays, I wrote this down, maturity plays such a big role in relationships that the why we date and socialize first. That's what we do. We socialize first. And sometimes you may have to socialize however long, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year, or whatever, and get to know that person, because it just may take that long. Some people are not mature enough to even begin to be in a relationship. What I wrote down. Some, as they are, some say they are, but it could be that it's just a setup for sexual activity. You know why? People lie. Yeah. Some people, they'll say, oh, I'm mature, this, that, and the other, and I'm like this, and I'll think of this. And they'll say all kinds of nice words to you. They'll tell you exactly what you want to hear, okay, until they get exactly what they want out of you. And then that's it. And a lot of times, like I said, it's basically a setup. So you really have to take your time. Expectations with an individual takes time. And just use your time for dating and learning an individual, no matter how long it takes. So I think I've pretty much done what I wanted to do with this topic. And you're right. She says, some who don't know how to love hurt us. That's exactly right. There's a lot of people that don't know how to love for whatever reasons. They may have not been taught how to love. They may have never seen love. Nobody may have never shown them love. You don't know what baggage they're carrying around with them from childhood or abuse or neglect. So it just takes time to learn people. Do your due diligence, however long that is. And I think once you do your homework and once you take it slow, go slow, and look at individuals and see how people act and react, then if you reach a point with an individual that you think you're where you should be at, ask the questions, have the conversations. Don't assume anything. You know how to spell assume, don't you? This is one of the quirky things coming out of me. This was one of the first things I ever learned from my husband. He says, Deborah, don't you ever assume. He says, you know how to spell assume? I said, well, yeah, A-S-S-U-M-E. He says, yeah, it makes an ass out of you and me. Well, I learned that little itty-bitty lesson 30 plus years ago, and I've never forgotten it. And it has, believe it or not, it has helped me in about every stage of life, in every relationship, whether it's personal, business, social, whatever the relationship is. I do not assume anything in regards to an individual. Ask questions and do your due diligence in that. Well, I'm glad you showed up. I'm glad you found me. I'm glad I found you. Go out and have a great day, and I will see you again really, really soon. Next week, as a matter of fact.